Hello, my name is Gilbert Mario Pedroza, and I am presenting the Canvas LMC for the administrators at Frisbee Middle School. And what I'll be doing is talking a little bit about a situation where kids are not able to go to school and attend on regular basis. So what they have to do is find a program that'll help them out, help them supplement the education that they're getting at Frisbee Middle School. And actually, it's going to help them with whatever program they do have at whatever school they have. This is the digital generation where kids are learning at home, and the typical use of brick and mortar building is quickly coming, well, not quickly, but it's coming to a slightly end. So what we're going to do is talk a little bit about it. Oftentimes, a student is having trouble, especially in math. That's what I teach. I teach math, and so what this program does is it helps them supplement what they're learning in the classroom. A picture here of a guy scratching his head, trying to figure it out at home. And oftentimes that leads to, of course, bad report cards. And not only is the kid upset, but the parents are upset. Doesn't understand why the kid is failing. And so what these LMSs, learning management systems, do is try to avoid things like that. Try to avoid the inevitable in some cases. Some kids, they fail all the time. And there's no way in the current system where they're asked to do tutoring, and tutoring doesn't help. This learning management system might just be the answer. So today what we're going to do is talk a little bit about the program that we're using in our class and at the CUI, and that's a program where they taught us how to run a class, how to operate a class, how to build a class in the learning management system, specifically as it applies to Canvas is the one we're using. And Canvas, it's a free program. It's free to the teachers, it's free to the students, and oftentimes the parents are wondering, well, how am I going to afford this? I say that the biggest concern is going to be the hardware part of it, where you have to get a computer or get internet access, and that may just be the most difficult part. Canvas has been it's kind of a newcomer to the game. They've had quite a few folks with using Edmodo and Haiku. I know at our district we have Haiku. Blackboard's another big one. There's actually, we did a report, and there's so many of them that are out there. But Canvas is it's kind of a newcomer to the game. But if you look at the overall background, the overall landscape of what's going on in learning management systems, it does seem like they're all new, relatively new. They're just beginning. They're trying to make a name for themselves, so they're offering it for free in the hopes that later on folks will use their system, and of course they'll have to maybe they'll have to charge a little bit later on. But luckily for us, it's free for now. And so hopefully teachers and educators and students will jump on board and start using it. One of the things that I like about it is that I know at our school we have students that are maybe they're injured, maybe they can't get to school, and so what's happening is this is going to help out a lot. It'll help out in their communication with other students over classes. They'll have an opportunity to see other teachers and hear other teachers teach the exact same subject. So maybe if they're struggling understanding one teacher, more teachers would help out. They are already used to using the internet and used to using computers, so this isn't anything new technology-wise for students. It's right up their alley. And of course, this little cartoon talks about how he's approaching his math problem. So what happens is, in this particular part, you could see that it has contact numbers for all the instructors. It's just like a syllabus. You have another part that talks about, this is the actual screenshots from Canvas, and this one talks a little bit about the different discussion boards, so the kids are able to talk to other students about it. This is one of the pages. This is a welcoming video I recorded, and the kids are able to hear me and see me talk about what they're expected. And this one is just a little breakdown of the actual modules where it tells you all the assignments. And this is another picture of all the modules, all the different assignments. This is a picture of the course syllabus, and it talks just like any class that you're taking in college. It talks detailed about what's expected out of the student, how do they grade them, how do they upload stuff, and so it's pretty well a pretty thick document covering all this information. You're probably wondering, well, who's using this? Well, the community colleges of California got together and they decided to go ahead and use Canvas. This is recent. This is posted, I think, in 2015, a couple of months ago, and so that's a pretty big community colleges up and down California. But if you think that that's not important enough, then some of the big hitters that are using this now, Canvas, is Berkeley. Berkeley's using it, and so that's a tough school to get into, and you know they're doing things and doing them right up there. So Canvas is really making a name for itself. So while you're reading the last points, the key points, I'll just go over some of the things that are important also. The students that we're going to be using this on are the English learners, RSP, and the low performing students. We'll have the learning goals are mostly multiplying and dividing, because that's what the 7th grade teachers say that they really need help on. It's good for extra practice, paced at home. Parents can contribute by learning with their student, and the access of students with quizzes. What I mean by that is when we're taking, when the kids are taking the tests, taking quizzes, what they'll be able to do is go under Quick Grader, and both the teacher and student will both be able to look at how they're doing and be able to move on or stay back and reteach that lesson, or have them go over different videos, different assignments, so that they'll get the multiplying and dividing, and not stumble when they go into 7th grade and 8th grade and more advanced math classes. So those are the things that are very important, and what we're going to cover in this particular type of Canvas program. Thank you very much for listening. This is Gilbert Mario Pedroza.